Hey, it's Jessie. Today I'm drinking some Sweet Fern Saison from Saco River Brewing. This is probably like my third favorite beer in the world, but also this can is 2 days old, so it's flat and lukewarm. Still tastes pretty good. So today I'm here to do a bunch of tags with you guys because that's fun. And this intro is going to be used for a few different videos, so for all my tags. So I guess get used to it. Alright, so we're going to do when it loads the Hamilton tag. So I found this through the Lit Review. It was a relatively small channel I've found recently and absolutely adore. The original video will be linked in the description here. Okay, but before I start this, my partner would never let me live it down if I didn't, put out there some criticisms of Hamilton the musical. Here's the thing. Lin-Manuel Miranda in this really glorifies the Founding Fathers, and he tries to be like, oh, I'm well woke, this is a really woke thing, but like, there is a lot of things historically that he kind of skips over to make Hamilton into the hero, like the fact that the Schuyler family owned slaves, but they paint Hamilton as an abolitionist, even though he had slaves. Things like that. There's an article I'll link in the description that talks about some of these things, just to clear the air for anybody else listening. Some other stuff I'm going to be doing. One, I'm going to do the songs in order, even though the original tag didn't have them in the order, because that was going to bother me. There are 3 in here that are spoilers. They have spoilers for Locke Key, the Inheritance Cycle, specifically Eldest Book 2, and The Deep. And they'll be in the description. I'm just gonna, when I get to that song, I'll just say, hey, this is a spoiler one, check out the description. And I think that's it. Yep. I'm also gonna include all of the bonus ones that she had in the description of her video, just because for me, there's a couple of these I didn't really have answers for, so I figured I'd include them all. Alright, first song. I'm throwing away my shot. Character that goes after what they want and doesn't let anything stop them. So this will be my one Wheel of Time answer for this, even though I could totally do Wheel of Time for all of them. So a character that goes after what they want, Egwene Alvear. And I'm specifically picking her for this because she gets a lot of crap from the fandom for this. Words like power hungry or ambitious get thrown around to describe her, and she is, but like, why is that a bad thing? It's because she's a woman. Anyway, I love Egwene. Egwene doesn't let anything stop her. She's ambitious. I love her. Schuyler sisters. An underrated female character. Okay, like everyone. Let me think of somebody specific. Recently read Wonder by R.J. Palacio. And Augie's sister, Via. Via was a wonderful character, so I'm going to go with Via from Wonder. Gonna need right hand man. Okay, my favorite BROTP. I don't really have one for this one, so sorry. Moving on. Helpless. A relationship you were pulling for from the start. So the thing with relationships, I don't really ship people very much. I kind of just go with whatever the author tells me, which is why I don't tend to have a lot of criticisms for romance, even when it might be deserved. But one I really rooted for. Okay. Kaya Shante Williams, A Taste of Honey. That couple, whatever the names, Queeb and DeLucan, loved them. They were perfect. I'm gonna go with them from A Taste of Honey. You will never be satisfied. Alright, favorite book with multiple point of views. Honestly, I mostly read multiple point of view books, and I prefer multiple point of views. I can really go with The Deep by this one, by River Solomon, just because it really uses point of view in a unique and interesting way. The other one, I think, is A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. This one only is 2 point of views, but the way they like intersect and weave together is just really beautiful, I think. Stay alive. Okay, this one's a spoiler one, so check the description if you're interested. It's the 10 DUEL COMMANDMENTS. Alright, favorite fight scene. Yeah, so this is another one I don't really have an answer for because I don't really pay attention to fight scenes enough. I mean, maybe... Yeah, I don't have one, sorry. What comes next? Series you wish had more books. Kingkiller Chronicles? I'm sorry, okay, that was mean. I'm sure book 3 will be published eventually. Okay, sorry. It's gotta be the Tensorite. There's 4 books. The author said there's only going to be 4 books. I respect JYing. I'm not gonna be annoying. But God, I want more books. Non-stop. A series that I marathon. I'm really not sure what they define a marathon as in this case because most book series that I read one right after the other. So I mean, yeah, because just if I wait between books, I end up losing interest in the series. It's a big reason why I haven't started reading Stormlight Archive yet is because not all the books are out, and I'm afraid if I read them, I'll get bored, and by the next time a book comes out, I just won't want to read it. So Wheel of Time, Mistborn, Locke Key, The Night Angel, Twilight, just about any book series I've read would fall under this. What did I miss? This is a book series that you were really late to reading, and this is an easy one for me, The Inheritance Cycle. I just read it, and I'm almost 25. And everybody I knew was reading it when we were like 12. So that took me a while to get around to. And if you're interested, my spoiler-free review will be linked. Yeah, I'm moving on. Say no to this. A guilty pleasure read. I don't have any. I'm pretty open with things that I like. Like, the term guilty pleasure is weird to me because there's nothing that I enjoy that I feel guilty about. Like, I like trashy reality show, specifically dating shows, you know. So I don't really have any guilty pleasure reads. The room where it happens, the room. Book world you would put yourself into. Again, this one's kind of hard for me because I generally read books that take place in worlds I wouldn't want to live in. Not even necessarily because they're like grimdark worlds or anything, but things just like, I don't know, if I was a normal person in Wheel of Time, it'd be kind of suck. It's the end of the world and all that. But I think what I'll go with for this is Dusk or Dark or Dawn or Day by Shauna Maguire. This takes place technically in the real world, but it's with like ghosts and witches, but these things are generally like good and don't like harm real people, so I think I'm gonna go with that one. I hope that you burn. I skipped the Reynolds pamphlet. Oh no! The Reynolds pamphlet. Alright. There's another spoiler one. Burn is also a spoiler one. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? A book or series you feel like will be remembered throughout history. This is just such a hard thing to determine. I really think Wheel of Time could be this, but honestly I think that's very dependent on how the show does. Just because like I think things like Lord of the Rings, well maybe not Lord of the Rings, but I feel like things like Harry Potter or Game of Thrones wouldn't have the lasting impression they did if not for their show. Their things. The Deep by River Solomon, if it starts getting more attention, could be this. Or The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I fully believe that's a book that's going to be taught in classes someday. So I'm going to give it to The Hate You Give. Okay, and then I'm adding one. Just because, like, how could you not include Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? Anyway. And for this one, I'm going to say, if you do this after me, it's a family dynamic or a family in a book that you just really, really love. And for this, I'm going to go with the DeVoth family from the Necroscene Chronicles. They just really have each other's backs and clearly love each other, and I like it. Alright, bye.